Okay, so continuing into the first chapter here, the first section, we look at lines and how they lay next to each other on a plane. And they can either be parallel or intersecting. So if they're not parallel, at some point, because lines go infinitely in both directions, they are going to intersect. So if they are not parallel, they will be intersecting at some point, and that of course will be our vertex, as you can see here. And if they are, if there's a 90-degree angle formed in the intersection of two lines, then we are going to call these lines here perpendicular. So you're going to have either intersecting lines, parallel lines, or perpendicular lines. And of course, whenever we have two rays here, we get an angle. So we have our angle here. We have a common point here between the two rays, and that's going to be called our vertex. And we will learn that there are 5 different ways to name an angle. I can name this angle here, and you of course use the universal sign for naming an angle with a, looks almost like a greater than or less than sign, but it has that flatness here with a, kind of like a 45-degree angle looking symbol. And we can call this angle C, D, E. We call it angle E, D, C, because here you have this interest here where you can, reverse the name. You can call it angle CDE or EDF because you can go back and forth here, but as long as this point here, the vertex is in the middle, it doesn't matter which direction you name it. And you can also call this angle here angle D because we don't have to really name the other two segments, the other two points within the segment of a ray. So we can keep this D here by itself. And then, of course, whenever you go on to name an angle, you can also spell it out if I wanted to call it angle. So if you don't want to use the universal sign, you can just call it angle CDF or EDF or angle D. And then, of course, these ways here. So as you have learned, these are the different types of lines and how to name an angle.